Now it's time for a brand new segment of our show. You may have missed our next guest during the Minecraft update segment, but not to worry. You're about to get some dedicated time with the one and only Jeb. Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much.
It was very different not having you in the Minecraft update section.
Yes, it's a little bit different this year since we always want the ones that are actually working on the features of the games to be the ones to get to talk about them, because we feel that it gets more genuine in that way.
So what are you working on then?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, of course, I still spend a lot of time with Vanilla and Agnes and the team, but I now work with all our projects, all our games, and like the board games, and try to support our developers and designers to capture the Minecraft feeling and make them fit together. But honestly, everyone's so talented, so it's actually quite an easy job. But to help everyone, both in Stockholm and in Redmond, I wrote a book, a Minecraft game design book.
Are you trying to sell that to everyone in the audience watching?
No, this is only for Mojang Studios employees. It contains a lot of secrets. But it was helpful when the team grew to kind of explain my thoughts and ideas about Minecraft. And for Vanilla in particular, there are some guiding principles that are going to help us continue updating the game for many years to come.
But you did decide to share some today, so people can kind of see what's in the Jeb game design book.
Absolutely. So one of these guiding principles is, it maybe sounds obvious, but that is, it's always one block at a time. You place one block, you remove one block, you pull one lever, and you trigger one TNT, and of course that causes a big explosion. But at the core, the interaction is always one block at a time. And it's not only important for the way you play the game, but it's also if you're playing together with someone, let's say you're building a house or something, then I will be able to observe what you're doing and quickly understand where you're going, and then I can help you, and every block counts. If you would just copy paste or make templates and such, then it would be a little bit harder to collaborate. And also Minecraft is a lot about the journey to create your massive castle or whatever. But so it's important to we retain that feeling.
And you have another principle, but it applies pretty directly to a community question that we have.
你会加入更多天气或者自然灾害到我的世界中吗？像是暴风雪或者是大雾天气。
我的世界的中国玩家大家好，感谢你的提问。
Wow, Jens.
Yes, the Chinese community inspired me to try to take on a new language, but I have a long way to go, honestly. But about the question, if we're going to add things like natural disasters, that kind of contradicts one of our other guiding principles, that bad things happen, but they're technically the player's fault.
Okay, they're the player's fault.
Yes, in the sense that it was either caused by a player, like a griefer or summoning the wither, or a player was nearby, such as when a creeper explodes. So whenever something bad happens, we want to make sure that the players are either actively taking part of that or have a way to prevent it from happening. And an earthquake or a tornado would obviously destroy something that you've spent hours building.
But there's definitely a few I can think of that maybe fall outside of this principle.
There are still a few cases, like Endermen can grab a block and maybe wreck up some redstone, or you can have an unlucky wolf running into your sheep garden. But there's also, the worst thing is, of course, lightning strikes that can set your whole house on fire. But I'm hoping that Agnes and the team may have a plan for that.
Exciting. So what's the last feature you were active in developing?
Yes, the last feature I did was the netherite feature. I thought that was a very important part of the nether update and wanted to help where I can. But I don't want to, since I'm working with so many different projects now, I don't want to do something halfways and then kind of leave it to the team to fix my bugs. So I try to be a little bit hands-off. But recently, I've of course also been working a little bit on making combat test snapshots.
That leads us to another community question.
Hey, I'm DanTDM, and I would love to know what kind of combat mechanic changes are being made to Minecraft Java Edition.
Yes, and that's an excellent question. We currently have a problem that on the 2 different editions of the game, there are different combat mechanics or combat systems. And that's bad both for us as designers that have to take both systems into account, but also bad for the community that wants to have the same experience. So the main objective is to reach parity. But I still want to make sure that we make a system that is kind of fits with the building and that doesn't distract too much from building, but still gives us this depth that allows us to design interesting behaviors. Also, I want to make sure that it works both good in both player versus environment. That means adventuring and players versus player. And I want to make sure that it feels good playing both with mouse and keyboard. And when you're on a controller, you don't get tired by frequently pressing the trigger. And we also want to improve touch, like the touch experience. So it's a lot to do.
But you said you weren't working on feature development. But
yeah, it's
you
true.
are working on combat?
Yes, I mean, of course, it's a little bit hard to keep your hand out of the feature cookie jar. But in this case, I also felt that this was an area where I could help the team, so they could focus on doing the content updates. But at some point in the future, I will, of course, dump this on the team.
Okay, so exactly what you said you
yes,
don't want to do.
Yes, and they will have to carry it over the finish line. Yes.
Nice. Now, speaking of combat, we just had a really cool announcement about Alex and Steve coming to Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and that is so amazing. And just like I said, like my job gets easier because everyone's so talented. And just in this case, Sakurai-san and his team they really understand Minecraft and have made an absolutely amazing Super Smash Brothers fighter.
And Sakurai has also made a really amazing video for all of us in the community.
マインクラフトライブをご覧の皆さん、こんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター、空の桜井正宏です。スマブラにマインクラフトのダウンロードコンテンツが導入されます。スティーブやアレックスが参戦することが決定し、マインクラフトライブ前に特別放送をお届けしたのですが、見ていただけたでしょうか。もしまだの方はぜひご覧ください。スマブラであることを忘れるぐらい、マインクラフトのスピンオフとしても相当にすごい踏み込んだ表現を行っています。発売までもう少しだけお時間いただきます。スティーブがマリオと戦う、アレックスがピカチュウと戦う、ゾンビやエンダーマンをアクションゲームで操作できる、リンクやカービィやソニックやロックマンやクラウドやリュウなど有名キャラクターとの共演が楽しめます。そして私もマインクラフトファンの一人です。マインクラフトライブでの発表を楽しみにしています。それでは。
That was a really big secret to keep.
Yes, and it was a really hard secret to keep even in the studio because it was super secret. But it has been so much fun to work on.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the community reaction.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. You have a sort of famous saying within the office, which is the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. And why do you think that?
Yeah, I suppose the quote has kind of gotten a life of its own.
It definitely has.
But yes, I think Minecraft unleashes people's creativity and helps them collaborate, but also teaches them things like geometry, languages, and maths. So yes, I do think that the world would be a better place if everyone played Minecraft. But I know that you also are very engaged in building a better world.
You're interviewing me now, Jens. Thanks. I mean, I think I feel so privileged to work on Minecraft because of all the amazing things that people do with it, from Education Edition, and something I'm extremely passionate about is Block by Block, which is our partnership with UN Habitat, and it's really helping people reimagine their public space and then have it built.
I love this place. It's such a nice area, but it has not always been like this.
Well, before, the area felt very cold and unsafe.
Basically, it was just an abandoned place.
Block by Block is a program created by Mojang and UN Habitat where we use Minecraft to help community members redesign their neighborhoods. Kosovo has been impacted by years of conflict, and in those situations, we often see communities divided and public spaces neglected.
It was a really cool project because even the little kids like me could help out with make the city a better place.
They got to use Minecraft to sketch and try different solutions about how the space could be improved.
It was very fun because you felt like to be able to help the city while just playing.
After that, the ideas were presented to local architects and city planners, and later that year, construction started.
It's been 5 years since we participated in the program, and the street since then has become more developed and it is now more frequented than before. It seemed kind of unbelievable that this was made with Minecraft.
So seeing my own idea as a kid, changing a whole area in my city, it was very special to me.
It's unbelievable that we were able to make reality what was once only an idea in our computer screen.
Finally, decision makers have changed their perspective because maybe they realize that we can make a change.
In a democracy, you want the people who live in that community to be asked about what's going to happen in that community. So this is a perfect example. The community was asked, the community decided, the community designed, and the community is using it.
I'm probably going to be like really happy and be like, hey friends, I made this. I walk here almost every day, and every time I see it and I see a lot of people spending time here, it's a very gratifying feeling.
I just hope it will become real as soon as possible.
So the reaction of the community was great, and to me it was a great feeling which I'll never forget.
I came up with a skate park idea and some trees surrounding the park.
It is possible to change the world and make your dreams come true.
It felt like I was being heard, and being heard and listened to is one of the best feelings that you can feel.
I actually was able to go to Kosovo at the start of that project, and it's just amazing to see the transformation using Minecraft.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes.
Jens, you must have seen a lot of amazing things because you're about to hit your 10-year anniversary at Mojang Studios in like 2 or 3 months.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it has been an amazing journey these 10 years, and I have had so much fun working on Minecraft. But of course, I'm also a Minecraft player, and we're all like with the community. And in the end, it's really the players and the community that gives everything its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And from myself as part of the community, I just want to say, like, thank you for the 10 years and all that you've done for Minecraft. It's made a huge difference in my life, and I think many people watching right now.
Thank you.